Mrs. Farida Waziri there reacting to her sacking, and you just heard what she said, that she has no regret at all, and that she worked, that the EFCC under her worked extensively to ensure the stability of the country. Some people actually have some kind of quarrel now with that. Well, I don't know. One thing we know for sure is that Mrs. Farida Waziri is no longer the chairperson of the EFCC. She was actually in the saddle of power there, that's in the commission. She was there for about 3 years. As a matter of fact, the president did not wait for her to complete her first term. Do not forget, the chairmanship position of the EFCC is a renewable one. I think it's a 5-year term or 4-year tenure office, which is renewable after 4 years. But Mrs. Farida Waziri did just 3 years. She was appointed in 2008, and she would have rounded off her first term in 2012 and probably be looking forward to some kind of renewal. But unfortunately, she's gone now. Somebody has actually taking over, and that person used to be the director of operations of the EFCC, Ibrahim Lamurde. Ibrahim Lamurde, by the way, has been in the EFCC, well, if you want to say for donkey years. He was there right from the inception. He's been the director of operations, and he's actually held the position of acting chairman of the EFCC in the past when the first chairman, Nuhu Ribadu, was sacked, or removed, I should say. And now he's coming in again as the acting chairman of the EFCC. We do not know what the president has up his sleeve. Some people are saying, well, maybe the president will be appointing him in, in a substantial capacity. We do not know for now if he's going to take full control of the EFCC. We just wait and see what happens in the coming days. But then the understanding is that he's supposed to be holding forth in an acting capacity pending when the president appoints a new chairman for the commission. But we're just waiting to see. But the fact is this: the change of guard in the EFCC, does it guarantee any change at all? Is it what Nigerians are looking for? And that's what we'll be talking about tonight. And I'm being joined on the program by Mr. Olashukwu Ojo, who is the president of the Center for the Rule of Law. And he used to be the president of the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights. And that group actually had some running battles now with the former chairman of the EFCC, that's Mrs. Farida Waziri. Mr. Ojo, thank you very much for coming on the program. I also have Mr. Onyekachi Ubani, who is a legal practitioner and also a public affairs analyst. Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. Let me start with you. Would you say you had a running battle with Mrs. Farida Waziri, or the EFCC, I should say, not specifically about her? Would you say, just because of some of the complaints anyway, you lodged against her performance in office, would you say her sacking now that you've been vindicated?
Of course, we knew all along. I would like to correct, we have no running battle with EFCC. In fact, we supported EFCC.
Because I know you actually went to court
over this matter. But that woman herself, she ought not to have been appointed in the first place at the time she was appointed. Nuribadu was, there was a conspiracy. You knew what happened. He had to go to school. That's what we were told. After finishing the school, he will come back. So maybe he will still come back, we don't know. But he happens to be the only one who completed a tenure. And it was renewed for another. There are no rebuttal.
Yeah.
Now, ever before Madam was appointed, we have been agitating against her appointment. We were hearing it was in the media that there were speculations that they were already proposing her. Those who militated against.
You would basically say this is good riddance.
Yeah, it is good riddance. I mean, we knew she was not competent. We knew she was compromised. We knew that her integrity rating was very low. We knew that she would not be able to deliver.
But let us tell ourselves the truth. Under her watch, the EFCC got some convictions for no doubt at all. You must give her credit for that.
I cannot give her credit for any conviction because all the works were done by her predecessor. In fact, many of the cases in court, they were frustrated by her because the first thing she did upon assumption of office was to dismantle the operations department all those who investigated fraud, who investigated high-profile cases of government, everything, they were all scattered. Can you imagine? Even the director of operations, this one that is acting, that handed over power, was removed and sent to go and be an area commander somewhere in the bush in Bauchi State. Somebody who has gone to the United Nations for training with the public money. Now you rendered him useless. But later, when she discovered that she was not going to move an inch, because all the experts she has dismantled, she has scattered all of them, she had to swallow her own vomit and recall the same Ibrahim Lamode to come and direct operation. That was where EFCC started showing signs that it has